What's going on, traders? It's Ricky with TechWeb Solutions. Thank you guys for joining us. I'm going to give it a couple seconds for the group to actually start joining us. So for those that don't know what we are, TechWeb Solutions, it's an online networking platform. It's a free group. We have a Facebook platform and a group chat, and it's all for free. The link is provided to you down below. Simply, I started this group chat, and this is why I want to give it a couple seconds for the group and our whole community to start tuning in. I just provided the link. So I want to thank those that are joining us for the first time. I'm going to talk about, 5, best tips when it comes to trading, the kind of best practices that we kind of like, always make sure that we go by, especially when trading. And I think a lot of new traders, especially those that are just starting out, can really learn from what it is that we're going to be talking about. It's not going to be a very long video. This is going to be a live stream. I do go live every single day, Monday through Friday, and I go live during pre-market hours just to talk about, what it is that I'm looking at to trading, kind of just sharing my whole thought process, as well as, I do a recap video within a couple hours later. So kind of when the market closes, kind of just recapping how the day went, shouting out a couple of traders and stuff like that. So that's really just it. If you guys aren't following my different social media accounts, they're all provided for you guys down in the description if you guys want to join. But if not, I 100% understand. Let me kind of just get started and discuss about something real quick. So first of all, I want to thank each and every one of you guys for joining us. That's one of the biggest things is I know I thank you guys a lot, and when it comes down to every other like content creator or like YouTuber and stuff like that, I think it's pretty cliche, right? But I think when it comes down to my community, in the sense like the following that I have within the YouTube channel, as well as my community of TechWeb Solutions, we're really good and high quality, in a sense, type of community, meaning that we're really there to help one another out, and we try to provide the most supportive community that we can. There's always going to be people that are going to try to manipulate that, right? And that's why we have us and the different moderators within just the group chats and overall TechWeb Solutions to filter those people out. So all I ask is a couple minutes ago, or for the past 30 minutes, one of our group chats got a random user, and again, we're using GroupMe, so this is going to happen. And if I knew that this was just something that was capable with GroupMe, I started TechWeb Solutions as kind of just for me and five friends, or 5 or 6 friends, I'm not too sure. They were friends or relatives that all I wanted to do was I wanted to surround myself with someone that motivated me. I wanted to surround myself with, I was 21 years old, I had my house, I had my GTR, and I was kind of losing, I've talked about it before, I was kind of losing kind of just that motivation, because when I bought the GTR, it wasn't everything that I expected. And that's a whole other video, and it kind of just came down to, I wanted to continue this motivation, but I wanted to surround myself with people that were like-minded. And that's why I started, I created this group, and it started just by that small little thing. And now it's grown to 30,000 people. And we have a series of group chats and subgroups within TechWeb Solutions that deal with different things, but we're always going to get people that are not in there for the best interest. And I want you guys to understand that although it's very frustrating, one of the biggest things is it was my fault for choosing the GroupMe app. A lot of people are suggesting a series of different other platforms. I want you guys to know that me and the developers that I have working with TechWeb Solutions are already working on our own personal custom website and group chat. And our group chat will be better than Discord. And the reason it will be better, it will be more effective for day traders, swing traders, because of the information that's being shared. Those are general group chats, and although Discord does offer a really nice and simple platform, and we can filter certain people out and simply kick them out, GroupMe is not necessarily that way. It's just frustrating, and I 100% understand. If you guys can do me the favor, and if you guys, because I'm not on the group chat 24/7, because I do a lot of work on the back end, and I still have to manage everything it is that I have with my other businesses. If you guys can do me the biggest favor, there's me and there's different moderators within TechWeb Solutions. There's James, there's Justin L, and you guys can reach out to, there's Connor and there's Brad. There's so many different moderators that I always talk about that assist me with TechWeb Solutions, that you guys can reach out to them. But just know, if someone is manipulated in the group chat, feel free to reach out to me, direct message me, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. With that, by you guys direct messaging me, I can actually respond to your message, be like, yeah, sure, feel free to remove them, and you could personally remove the person that you think is manipulating the group chat. But just make sure you confirm it with one of the moderators, and that's all we ask. It's as simple as that. These notifications that are continuously going off and buzzing your phone, understand, forget about the notifications on the actual app, and go on your settings under notifications, the actual settings of your phone notifications, go under the GroupMe app and turn off all notifications. When everyone starts complaining about getting text messages and all this different thing, just it's not, I never experienced it. And it's because I turned off notifications on the specific, not just on the app itself, but on my actual notification settings. I remove that app to not notify me regardless of what it is. And that's something that you guys have to understand. There's always going to be people that are going to be trying to mess with us. And I apologize for making the mistake of choosing GroupMe as our group chat. But if you guys can do me the biggest favor, I'm trying to continue this platform to be free. And it's very difficult for me to maintain this platform when we have one person that messes it up, and then we have thousands of people that react to it. And that's the biggest thing. There's always going to be, that person that is going to try to mess things up, but it's to our community, and we leave it up to the community to resolve it and to make it efficient. If you guys, it's a very minor thing. We have a hater, we have a person that just wants to manipulate our group chat. We simply remove him, and that's it. It comes down to something that simple. I don't want to dedicate too much time talking about this. I know a good amount of you that continuously watch my videos are going to be watching this. So I just wanted to ask you guys for the biggest favor. I don't ask you guys for anything. And I never, there's someone that's also saying that, again, that there's someone pretending to be me when it comes to emailing. And we've talked about that numerous times if you guys watch any of my videos. I never ask for your email. I never ask for any personal information. I don't even reach out to you guys unless it's directly through, Instagram or Facebook. And make sure verify my account, because if you click, sometimes it says it's my YouTube channel. Click on the YouTube channel. They're just using my cover picture. They're asking for personal information. They're asking for money because they're trying to use their credibility and the platform and the community that I've built. I never ask for money. I never ask for any personal information. All I ask for you guys to do is to provide a supportive and welcoming environment for every trader, because that's what I want. Because you guys motivate me. That there's moments like these that, in a sense, dilute the quality of our overall group. And it's something that just can be easily avoided as long as we come to a community. It's something very simple. And I hope it's not asking too much from you guys. And I really want to maintain this group as long as I can. But I need your guys' help if you guys can do me that big favor. Let's get right to it. And Ricky, dude, you need a beer. Thanks for all you do. I don't drink. I've tried to. Let's forget this. It's Friday. A lot of people are going to be enjoying the weekend, stuff like that. The weekends are the busiest times. I work more on the weekends than I do throughout the entire week, just because I focus on my job. I focus on the season. I try to manage all my different businesses on the weekends as well, and it's very difficult. And this is definitely not something that I want on the back of my head. So I want to make this very quick for you guys. So I want to thank you guys all for joining us and for everything that you guys did today. I want to shout out a couple traders, if you guys don't mind. Within our group, it's just this small number that did very well today. And I wish I can post this, or I wish this was an edited video so I can shout you guys out. But it comes down to, let me shout out, it's Pereira. He's a member within our TechBud Solutions group chat. He's up $666, so 6.82% since the past week. That's almost 7%. That's huge growth. So huge shout out to you. Jonathan was up. I'll just post all of these. I don't want to take too much of your guys' time. If you guys want to see these, follow me on my Instagram account, and I will, within the TechBud Solutions or my Ricky Gutierrez, whichever one you guys want to follow, I will shout out every single member that sent me their own screenshots for the profits. And you guys definitely don't have to, because I know a lot of people aren't necessarily comfortable sharing their profits. 100%, if you're not comfortable, please don't do it. But for those that want to share it and kind of just want recognition, I 100% want to recognize you for all your hard work. Now, this video is 5 tips for trading when it comes to, my goodness, my roommate isn't paying attention that I'm busy. Do I have a Twitter? I do have a Twitter for TechBud Solutions, and again, I think that link is provided for you down below. But if not, then wait till this video edits, and then I'll re-upload it. But 5 tips for success for this upcoming week. We have our Sunday stock talk, so we recap for this week. So I don't want to take, in a sense, that specific aspect of Sunday stock talk. But something that I want you guys to understand is, today, I feel overall the group did extremely well. We did very well. Like, I talk about the stocks that I'm trading, but the reason that I know this group is doing so well is because you guys are talking about so many different stocks, and none of you guys are talking about the stocks that I'm trading. And that's what I want. The reason that I want that is because in the beginning, when I started this group, about like 300 to 500 members, everyone was trading what it was that I was trading. And that's why I didn't like sharing what I was trading. I didn't like, just talk about my whole plan, because I felt like I had a bunch of people that just mirrored my trades. And I would, put out my whole plan on where I would buy, where I would sell, and where I would have my stop loss. And that wasn't what I wanted. This isn't why I started Technical Solutions, so a bunch of people can follow me, because then I don't grow as an investor. I don't grow as an entrepreneur, because I'm not sharing ideas with like-minded people. I'm sharing ideas with people that just want to follow what it is that I'm doing. Understand that it takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of time to understand the fundamentals and the whole mechanics of trading. But it's that time that you dedicate, that that you try to, a lot of us are busy and a lot of us are doing so many different things. Try to find, if you can, like 20 minutes to 30 minutes a day. Instead of going out and just partying, just try to 30 minutes. Learn something new and share it with the community. It doesn't matter if it's something that we've shared before. The more, I feel like the whole like psychological aspect of typing out, and sharing it with the Facebook platform on what you learned and, why it's important and how it's going to lead to your success, typing that all out, it's going to stick in your brain. It's kind of, why people, or why, teachers want you to write out your answers, because it's not just that they want to see it on paper, but because the actual effect that it has, actually writing it down, it sticks more. And I want you guys to not, I want this to be fun. I want you guys to understand, a lot of you guys aren't trading with enormous accounts, but there's a lot of you guys that are trading with $20,000 plus accounts. There's someone that's trading with over $100,000, and you guys are doing very well. But understand that it comes down to the principle of, again, our 5 tips. So like we know, we talk about 3 tips every single time, and that's we never trade based on anyone else's opinion. So what that means is I'm never going to make a sole investment decision based on someone else's decision. Meaning if someone tells me, you should buy JDST, I'm not going to buy it just because they tell me. That's one of the biggest mistakes you can make in the stock market, and that's why there's such a high failure rate, because people just trade and don't understand what they're investing in. The second one is understand and being able to manage what it is that you're investing. So if you can't identify the buy point, can't identify the sell point, and can't identify, you can't make sense of your trade on why it's a good investment or why it's a good buy to later sell for a profit, then don't buy it. I know there's a lot of hype. I know there's a lot of people just saying especially with that DCH, low cap stock, I don't trade any stocks less than, I try to minimize the amount of times that I trade stocks less than $1. But, and there's a lot of potential, and there's a lot of people that make, way more percentage growth than me. But I think in the long run, based on my, just success rate, I do way better locking in smaller amounts of consistent profit. And that's what works for me. Don't try to be like someone else. Don't try to be like me. Identify yourself as a trader, and the best way that you can do that is to learn how to manage your risk and learn the type of trader you are. You might be a momentum trader, a technical trader, fundamental, swing, whatever it is that you are. The best way to test the waters when it comes to trading, there's never been a better way. And it's 100% free, and it's simulation trading, paper trading, meaning that you get to trade real stocks. You can call TD Ameritrade, Fidelity. You can call TD Ameritrade and ask for real-time quotes, and it's all for free. And you can trade with it. You can trade the real stocks that we're all trading. Get your feet wet, learn the mechanics of trading, and just stop trying to rush into it. Just because you have $1,000 or $5,000 to blow doesn't mean that you should. Again, if you're an investor and you want to be successful, don't think that this is going to be a market that you're going to get lucky on. You might get lucky once or twice, but as a career, this is not a market where people get lucky and make money. And you have to understand that. All right, so the second thing is only invest in what it is that you understand. The third thing is always have a plan when trading. This is more, it comes down kind of to my style of trading when it's technical. I understand, or I analyze and identify the support, the resistance, and being able to do that, I identify, where's a good buy point, where's a good sell point, and where's a good stop loss based on my own opinion. I set up a plan on what's going to lead to my success. The reason that's important is if I can make sure that my potential for profit is greater than my potential for loss, then overall, if I lock in, one green trade, I can, cut losses 2 or 3 times and still be even, because I manage my risk and I make sure my losses are, in a sense, 1/3 of my potential or my profits. And it comes down to a simple concept like that. And a lot of people, just jump into a stock, don't have a plan. They might understand that it's a good buy, but they're kind of just writing it up. And for what? You don't know where you're selling. People sometimes ask, hey, where do you think I should sell? Where do you think I should cut my losses? It's too late if you're asking that question. Or if you're asking where you should lock in your profits, then then why'd you buy? I don't want to discourage you guys, and I don't want to, subjugate you guys by saying, if you guys have asked me this question, there's nothing wrong with that. And I know like a lot of us are all in different experience levels. And that's why I asked you guys, what experience level are you guys in within the Tech Solutions platform? Because I wanted to get a better understanding. For me to build a more effective networking platform, I need to know where my community stands. And it comes down to that principle. We have a lot of new beginner traders. So the tools and the resources that I plan to implement within the Tech Solutions platform are going to be, directed to new and beginner traders to get you guys and move you guys more to the, intermediate or advanced type of traders. So that was the third thing. Now, what's the fourth thing? One of the biggest things that I think people make the mistake of is, not taking the time to do simulation trading in the beginning. What I mean by that is people rush too quickly into investing money, even if it's just $1,000, and they think that they understand it, but they've never traded before, and then they forget there's a PDT rule. They forget how to, set a stop loss. They think that they're setting a stop loss, but they set a limit order, and then they end up selling, and they end up losing money. They get discouraged, and that's one of the biggest things. Get your feet wet. Understand the mechanics and the fundamentals of trading, and then make the decision on, okay, well, this is going to be, I've proven to myself. The reason that I say prove it to yourself that you can be a successful trader before you invest $1. And what I mean by that is if you're doing the simulation trading or paper trading and for like a month straight, you've continuously been locking in profits, you're always going to see red days. But a successful trader is not just one that locks in profits, but that knows how to cut losses. And no matter if you're seeing green days and red days, as long as your overall account is seeing growth, then that is what, in a sense, shows signs of a successful trader. So have a plan, right? Understand what you're investing in, and don't trade based on anyone else's opinion. This networking platform, people might be saying, okay, well then why do we have a networking platform if we're not going to listen to one another? I always listen and expose myself to new opportunity based on stocks that you guys always recommend. So people sometimes ask, why is it that I do my live streams? It's extremely distracting for me. I talked about it today. Sometimes I can't even cut my losses because I'm trying to manage the whole live stream, but I expose myself to so much more opportunity when it comes to these live streams and when it comes to accessing these group chats that it's just exposure and using that exposure and you as an investor being able to make sense of it. If it doesn't make sense to you, then again, put it aside. But if it does make sense to you, put it in your watch list as a stock, right? If it does make sense to you and you do see that it has somewhat potential, add it to your watch list, and then later on, you can perform a technical analysis and see if it's a stock that you might see potential in and later on trade. You can set your alerts, and when it gets to the specific price point or support that you're comfortable trading, then you can make the decision to actually trade it. Now, one of the last things that I think, and I kind of, this is going to be going to sound kind of weird. You want to make sure that you're the most knowledgeable in what it is that you're investing in. This isn't going to be one of the rules. That's just something that you have to understand. If you want to be successful in something, you don't have to be the smartest, but it wouldn't hurt to be pretty knowledgeable about all the mechanics and all the fundamentals when it comes down to the market that you're choosing to invest in. So when it comes to trading stocks and you don't know anything about stocks and you think that you're going to make it, I don't understand how people can make sense of that. Does that make sense? Understand that it's going to take time to learn about how the stock market works. It's going to take time for you to identify yourself as a trader. It's going to take time for you to become a profitable trader. But understand that there's never been a better time to see no risk, no monetary risk with that paper trading simulation trading platform. It's never been easier to learn how to trade because of all the series of YouTube channels that are solely focused on educating people on how to invest, as well as these free networking platforms. You don't have to even pay for anything. It's all for free. You have a Facebook, you can join my group, or you can join a group that you think better fits your need. Understand that there are a series of platforms, and it's you as an investor to take advantage of that exposure. But don't be afraid to dedicate time and to try to make it the quickest. People think like I had a guy, I was on my lunch break, and I had a guy, I was at Chipotle, and he tagged me down. And he asked me, like, what is it that I do? And I was like, I do a series of different things. Like I trade stocks, I have real estate, I have a normal job, do a series of different things. And he was like, oh man, like he focuses on trading stocks, right? Because that's what people like. It's attractive, right? And he asked me, he's like, is that how you bought the car? And I always say, no, that's not how I bought my car. 100%, if I traded just stocks, I 100% would not be where I am today. The reason why is because I wouldn't have the base or the stable income to have funded my brokerage account. And it comes down to the understanding of I had my big piece of pie of my stable source of income. I had a series of other different sources of income that were a little bit more stable, that brought me a steady source of income. And then I had trading. Trading was a roller coaster. I wasn't necessarily always profitable, but what I knew was I knew one day that I was going to be profitable, and I knew if I continue to work towards it, because I know other people have been successful in it, if I do it at my own scale and if I do it at my own pace and I risk what I can manage, then I will see success. If it takes 2, 3, 6, 10 years, I know I will see success. And later, 10, 15 years down the road, when I have $30,000 to $50,000 to $100,000 that I can risk, right, per trade or per position, then it comes down to the understanding that if I build myself as a trader now, I can be living and be solely just the trader. But it comes down to understanding that it takes time. It takes work to learn how the whole mechanics work. I've never one time ever said that people knew me for like having my GTR at a young age. I never said that the way that I bought my GTR was due to trading stocks. I always talk about having my real estate. I always talk about having my normal job. I always talk about having a series of different businesses. But trading stocks has always been something, an attractive market that I've always wanted to be successful in. And it came down to dedicating a lot of time and a lot of work with no real reward. And not a lot of people want to do that. But it comes down to my passion for being able to surround myself with people that are like-minded and extremely motivating. And that's really just it. I was a kid with a dream, and I worked hard, and I didn't give up. I grew at my own pace. I learned at my own pace, and that's one of the biggest things. I'm not here to prove myself to anyone. I'm not here to, show off about what it is that I own that you guys, don't, or what you guys own that I don't. That's not at all ever what this has been about. I talk about what I find important, and I share my ideas because I find them to be important. And I listen to your ideas, and I dedicate time to talk to you guys because I value you guys as investors and as entrepreneurs. Some of the conversations I have, regardless of what it is, yeah, they're not the most cost effective, or they're not. I could have been making a lot more money just trading rather than talking to some of you. But it comes down to the exposure and to the possibility of exposing myself to a new opportunity or sparking that interest into a specific individual that can later be something so much greater. And what I mean by that is, man, I went off on a huge tangent. That I was supposed to focus on the fifth one. I apologize. I just get super pumped because so many people just want to be successful but aren't willing to dedicate time to make it happen. They aren't willing to get like a normal job to provide a stable income because they feel like they're too good for it. They're not willing to work twice, 4 times, 10 times as hard as the average human being, but want a Z06, want a Lamborghini, want a mansion. Guys, if it was that easy, everyone would have it. It takes sacrifice, it takes work, and it takes a lot of consistency and dedication. And whatever it is that you guys want to be successful in, I really don't, I do care, but if you guys don't want to trade low cap stocks or trade in the stock market, that's not, that's why I've created so many subgroups within Tech Fund Solutions, because that's not the only community that I want to capture. It comes down to understanding that the principle of investing, the principle of wanting to be successful, we talk about it every single time. And you can ask any multimillionaire or uber successful like entrepreneur. You don't have to be the smartest individual. You don't have to be the best at what it is that you do. You don't have to be, right? It would really help if you're the best, but understanding that with hard work, with the passion to not give up, and with consistency and making sure you overcome every hesitation, you will be a successful individual, regardless if it comes down to having millions of dollars or just truly identifying yourself as a successful person because you feel fulfilled in your life, because you can provide a foundation or a life for your family that you're truly proud of. Some people don't really care about the monetary reward, but just want to dedicate less time at work and more time with their family. There's a guy that I work with that I just see, and it's one of the coolest things. He doesn't make an enormous amount of money, but when it comes down to his wife and when it comes down to his kid, every time during his break, he calls them and he's so passionate about just being with them. And I just know that if he was given the opportunity to spend more time with the people that he loves and less time at work, he would do that in a heartbeat, because that's his success story. That's his passion. That's why he works so hard, 5 days a week to provide, a foundation for them, regardless of the hard work. But he knows eventually, he's a smart guy, and he's working towards that, in a sense, opportunity one day where he can take advantage of that opportunity and be able to spend more time with his family. But it comes down to dedicating that hard work and making it happen. And that's really just it. So I don't know what to say. I don't know why I got so pumped from that, but it's just I get so many common questions or frequently asked questions that I want you guys, I swear, I promise you guys, people don't understand why is it that I do this group for free, or people don't understand why dedicate so much time without no pay to really just have this community. But you guys are truly, if it weren't for you guys, if it weren't for TechBud Solutions, and if it wasn't for the conversations that I've had with each and every one of you guys that uplifts me as an individual because of the positive effect that I've had in your life, if it's the extra source of income or just the opportunity that something else came about, that uplifting feeling is why I do this. Because it motivates me, and it's motivated me so much that I've worked so much harder in other aspects of my life to make sure that I'm presentable when it comes to TechBud Solutions. And people might not understand that, and I really don't care if they do, but I want you guys to know that I want each and every one of you guys to be successful, but understand that it takes a lot of work. And if you're not willing to work for it, a majority of people aren't willing to work for it, they're going to give up. And it's just a fact. People give up just because they don't see that form of success right away. They give up. But it's those that continue to, in a sense, if stocks aren't the thing that you want to be successful in, that's one thing, right? If you really don't like it, then don't do it. But if you understand that, wow, I really am an entrepreneur, stock markets aren't really something that I want to do, but the concept of investing that we talk about and the overall just spark of motivation that we might give you that can lead you to a specific market that you become uber successful in, because of the potential to spark that interest that can later lead to much greater things. So I just wanted to ask you guys, for this weekend and for everything it is that you guys are going to do, people usually dedicate more time on the weekends to having fun because they've worked, these 5 days, and they feel like they've earned or deserve these 2 days off. 100%, do what it is that you guys feel is best for you, right? If you guys want to spend time with your family, whatever it is, right? But understand that when you work, when other people don't, and when you work twice as hard, when other people are just working normally, regardless if they're smarter than you, regardless if they're better than you, you will see success quicker than they would, right? With whatever it is that you guys want to succeed in. So with this weekend, I know I'm going to be dedicating a lot of time to my businesses, to continuing my overall growth as an individual and as an entrepreneur and as a person. I truly just enjoy what it is that I do, and I think that has to do a big part of it. But I want to ask you guys, if you guys want to post in the TechBud Solutions Facebook platform, I know that's kind of a weird question, but it comes out to being out of your comfort zone. And what is it this weekend that you're going to do that is different that other people aren't going to do? This isn't going to be a thing to to be funny. There's a guy that I was like, Richard, or I said something about 67%, and he was like, well, I'm more high than 99.99%. This isn't going to be something where because I have to approve your post, and I'm not going to approve that within the Facebook platform. But share something what you're going something that you're going to do that's going to be different than another individual, that's going to lead to your success, and that you might want to continue to do at least once a day, once a week, whatever your own pace is. Identify that and just work towards it. If it comes out to starting your own business, if it comes down to whatever it is, I don't care, just something that you think that will lead to your success. If it means spending more time with your family, then that is a form of success. Having a rich and healthy relationship with your family. It doesn't have to be monetary. Just share it. And by sharing it, I promise you, I'm here to support you with whatever it is that you choose to do. As long as it's I don't want to say as long as it's normal, but nothing weird. But yeah, that's really just it. I want you guys to have an amazing weekend. I want you guys to enjoy yourselves. but understand that it does take a lot of sacrifice, to be successful. So this video will publish if you guys didn't catch the whole thing. I think we talked about pretty important things, and you guys might be a little bit more motivated after watching this video. I want to thank you guys for everything it is that you guys do. You guys work really hard, and in the beginning, there's very little reward, especially with those starting with a very small account. But I like how you guys are focusing on percentage growth, because later on when you're investing with more money, then the more money will also be there to follow. And you guys just killed it today. I did pretty well, and I was going to do a recap video, but I really just like this so much better, because I feel better that I'm actually leaving you guys on a good note for the end of the week to kind of lead on to our Sunday stock talk and stuff like that. So I'm pretty happy with this, and I hope that you guys are too. So I never do a Q&A. I do Q&As from once a month and stuff like that. I just don't like taking too much of your guys' time, and I don't necessarily always have the time available. But I want you guys to have an amazing weekend. Continue working hard. Continue doing what it is that you guys love. And that's the biggest thing. Follow your passions. Follow your dreams. Build a plan on how you're going to be successful in pursuing those dreams, and go for it. That's the biggest thing. But do it with that passion, right? Don't be lazy. Work hard. And don't be afraid to sacrifice things, because with sacrifice, eventually, with hard work, success will follow in one form or another. I hope you guys have an amazing week. And like always, guys, we will see you in our Sunday Stock Talk. If you guys haven't liked or subscribed, we'd appreciate it if you guys can. And we did film a recap video this morning. If you guys didn't watch that, we caught a pretty good stock that ended up doing very well at the end of the day, but I'll talk about that later. So hope you guys have an amazing day. Like always, guys, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take care, guys.